Hi everyone, Bill here and welcome to Couch Reviews. Today we are going to be discussing In the Heights. Based off of the 2007 Tony Award-winning Broadway musical by Lin Manuel Miranda, also known as the man who brought us Hamilton about almost 10 years later, In the Heights tells the story of Usnavi, who is the son of Dominican immigrants who runs a bodega or a corner store in Washington Heights in New York City, hence the name In the Heights. But he wants to go back to the Dominican Republic so he can fix up the place and live in the place where his father lived. And he's trying to get the money to do so. And all throughout it, you see just the block living its life, actually. People just living their lives, going through different things. Like, the other characters we got are Sonny, who's Navi's cousin. And he works at the bodega with Sonny, and they have, their relationship is more like brothers than cousins, once you think about it. Then you have Navi's best friend, Benny, who works at this cab stand that is owned by Kevin Rosario, who's played by Jimmy Smits. And Benny has a thing for Kevin's daughter, Nina, who just got back from her freshman year at Stanford. And also, you got other things such as Vanessa, who's Navi's love interest, who's trying to start her own business. And yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. It's not ridiculously a lot, but yeah, it is a lot. Okay, now the casting. Okay, you know what? Before I even get to the casting, I want to just say something to you all. I've never seen the stage show. So I am looking at this as its own thing. I can't make comparisons to what's better and what's not because, again, I haven't seen the show. I've read a few articles, though, that I can touch upon some of the changes that have been made from the stage show. That out of the way, let's go on. The casting is Anthony Ramos as Usnavi does a great job, and one of a lot of the praises I've been hearing from the musical theater crowd is he doesn't try to be Lin Manuel Miranda. And by the way, Lin Manuel Miranda does make a cameo. It's actually kind of funny. And the lady who was playing Vanessa, I thought her and Usnavi had great chemistry. All the other cast was so great. They just put so much into the characters. I really love how they just put so much into the characters. They make the characters so likable. These are people I actually would want as my neighbors. Because you can see this is a community that has each other's back. And, one of the characters that really just makes it show that they have each other's back is this woman they have named Abuela, and stated in the opening song named, In the Heights. Usnavi says, that is Abuela, she's not really my Abuela. It is explained in the film that Abuela never had any children of her own, so she adopts the block as her family, and so she's basically everybody's mother. And just how the community they just treat each other like family. And I think that is the message, that home is where you make it. And everybody It's just so nice. And I just love hearing about these characters. Just, I don't want to see, like big villain or some big exciting plot. You just want to know where are these people going in their lives? What are they doing to have each other's backs? I absolutely love they're just so nice. They're just such good people. And again, these are people you would want as your next door neighbors because they know they'd look out for you. Um, and also we also gotta talk about, okay, we have to talk about, there are some plot changes in this movie from the stage show. Again, I never saw the stage show, but I read an article. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to give it a read. But they do have a reference to the Dreamers, which is, DACA, the whole immigration thing for children who came over here when they were young. Because one of the characters is undocumented. I'm not going to give too much away, but one of the characters is undocumented, and this was not in the stage show. This was actually just made for the movie. Um, and also, like, I'll give away this small spoiler, like, because it does deal with social commentary, which, from again what I read, was added just for the movie. Like, for instance, Nina was in the play. Okay, small spoiler. In the play, okay, in the film, she's considering staying, just not going back to Stanford. In the play, it was because of financial reasons, but it actually in the film was because she was facing racism as a Latino. And with that in it, now listen, I'm not speaking from this from a political perspective. I'm not a political We're not a political channel. I know we have viewers who voted for Trump in 2020. I know we have viewers who voted for Biden in 2020. Whoever you voted for, it's your business. I'm not going to sit here and tell you my views on this certain topic. I'm just saying this from a straight storytelling perspective, not from a political perspective. But I kind of think it was shoehorned in. Like, this film was supposed to be released last year while Trump was still president. Maybe it was supposed to be like commentaries of what was it like to be Hispanic during when Donald Trump was president. But again, I think it was kind of shoehorned in. John Chu, who directed it, also the director of Crazy Rich Asians, said he wanted to tell like a bigger story and not just give like everyone a small story, which I admire, and I see what he was trying to do on that one. But again, I feel like everything was just shoehorned in at the last minute. And again, I'm not saying whether I support the political statement that was made or I'm against it. I'm not saying whether I'm for or against it. But I'm just saying, again, from a storytelling perspective, I just think it was shoehorned in at the last minute. And I feel like it was just unnecessary. But I applaud for what they were trying to do. Okay, now let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. Since this is a Lin Manuel Miranda, the music. Okay, you know what? What can I say? The music's great. The music is absolutely freaking great. Like, the music, to describe it, you have your typical show tunes ballads, which are nice. But then you have like your sort of like hip hop rap numbers, which I'm not a big rap person, but I actually really enjoyed it. And it also has a lot of those like Latino, like salsa type numbers, which there's this one song. It's okay. There's a part of the story where there's a blackout, and for days they're just sitting around because it's hot as hell. And then someone goes, "Hey, why are we sitting around moping? Let's party." And then the songs go, "Okay, I have like Dora the Explorer level Spanish, so please forgive me for butchering any words here. It's called Carnaval de Barrio." And the song, oh my god, it's catchy as hell. I was literally tapping my foot while watching it. And I was literally like singing, I was literally like singing along to it. Like, Carnaval de Barrio. And I'm just like, oh, the music is absolutely great. And the songs were good, and how they shot them too. Like, like how they shot them too. Like, there's this one song, it's the duet between Benny and Nina, and they're like, the camera, it's like turning the angle around on the building, and they're just like, it's like watching like a Spider-Man movie, not the Spider-Man musical. Don't worry, we won't discuss that. But it's just really, it's just really cool. And they're singing together. I'm like, and they're dancing. I'm like, whoa. And also, the dancing is absolutely phenomenal. Like, these people can freaking move. Like, damn, damn. These people can move. I remember my mom actually saw a clip of it from one of the coming attractions. She goes, I wish I could move like that. I do too. And it's just such a fun time. I think this is just such a good film. Such a good time. I just really loved it. And this movie was truly just a labor of love. And it took this film so long to make. Because here's what happened. A year after the show went on stage, Universal bought the film rights. And and there was a film that was in talks. Kenny Ortega, you know, the guy who brought us such great classics like Hocus Pocus and High School Musical. Don't focus on bad musicals. We're talking about a good one. We're talking about a good one. But anyway, they were going to do it. And then I think around 2011, the whole thing got scrapped. Because what happened is I think people like Lin Manuel Miranda wanted to put in like more lesser known actors, while the studio wanted to put more like people like Jennifer Lopez and Shakira, and it didn't get made. That one. And then years later, it was brought up by a certain film studio, which we'll tell you in a sec. And it was going to start in 2016, but then, I'll just tell you. The film studio was the Weinstein Company, and Lin Manuel Miranda's co-producer was Harvey Weinstein, and you all know the story. We don't have to go into detail. If you don't know, there's this wonderful thing called Google. Please go look it up. Yeah, but after the thing with Harvey Weinstein happened, that was put in limbo again, and then Warner Brothers finally got the film rights. They were supposed to release it last year, but then, COVID-19, and then COVID happened, and and they couldn't release it, so they released it this year. So, yeah, this film survived cast disagreements, Harvey Weinstein, and a pandemic. And 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 yeah, like with the pandemic, that's why I think maybe that's why they brought up the whole Dreamers thing, because again, this film was supposed to be released last June while Trump was still president. And yeah, like I said, I talked about that before. But anyway, I really enjoyed this movie. I really, really did. I had so much fun watching it. The characters are great. The music, the story is wonderful. It's about following your dreams and then finding out home is where you make it. And also, the music is phenomenal. The dancing is phenomenal. My only regret is I didn't see this in theaters, because what happened was this weekend I asked a friend of mine if he wanted to go see it in theaters, and he wasn't interested. And I wanted to get this review out to you as soon as I possibly could, so I ended up just watching it on HBO Max. So those are my thoughts on In the Heights. If I were to rank it on the Car Slots Couch Review scale of see it, stream it, or skip it, I'm gonna say see it. It's worth the money. If you want to stream it, go stream it. And like I said, if you're not really into musicals, I would not even say skip it. I would say it's worth a watch. Even if you're not really into musicals, I would say it's still worth a watch. Wow, a good musical theater movie, and then we have Dear Evan Hansen coming out in September and West Side Story coming out in December. Wow, this must be your reward for getting through Cats. All right, guys, those are my thoughts on In the Heights. I hope you enjoyed. Please stay tuned for more cast reviews, as we're going to be, in a couple weeks, we're going to be doing our mid-season review of Loki. And did you see In the Heights? Did you see the film? Or better yet, did you see the stage play? If you did, tell me, you know, tell me what you thought. What was better, the stage show or the script or the stage show or the film? Again, I didn't see the stage show, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Take care.